Hello fellow Northern knife collectors. My name is Anton with Siberian Forged Knives, and today I continue talking to you about my Yakut knives. So in the last video I told you about a very distinctive feature of the knife, the faller. It's either machined or hand forged, like in this case, right? The size of the blade. The blades really come in different sizes, you know, from a massive 20+ inch blades, you know, that are called batiyas and by the native Siberians, to miniature, you know, 2-inch, 3-inch neckers, like in this case, right? Okay, so that's the size. I have another bigger knife here. This one is about 5 inches there, you know, or this one here, it's about 4 inches in size, right? But they all have one common thing. It's the faller, and that's what makes the blade unique and provides its specific characteristics. Okay, as far as the type of the knife, there are really two types that are distinguished. With more narrow blade, such as this one, which is called a Tundra Yakut, which is designed and used by the indigenous people of Siberia, as the name implies, in the tundra, primarily to work with skins. You know, it is more narrow because it allows to drill the holes in the animal hides and sew them together. It is designed for that purpose specifically, which allows even less resistance when cutting leather, skins, and hide. So this is a typical boreal knife, boreal Yakut knife, with a wider blade. So for comparison, I'll hold them one by the other, so you can see the difference between the two types. The Tundra, this one here, and the Boreal is a little bit wider, this one here. But again, they all have one thing in common, is that concave, convex geometry. Okay, the other thing that I want to tell you about the Yakut blades is how to sharpen one. One of the most common mistakes that folks make, you know, when they're not familiar with this kind of geometry, is they assume that you sharpen a typical Yakut knife as any ordinary knife, right? So, and as a matter of fact, many folks tell me, well, if I start sharpening the blade, the edge is going to wear off, and eventually I'm going to hit the faller, and I'm going to have no edge left, right? And that's the most common misconception and misunderstanding about this geometry and the Yakut knives, okay? You do not sharpen Yakut knife as every other ordinary blade. As a matter of fact, when you sharpen the Yakut, you lay it flat, and that's another characteristic that adds value to this geometry. You lay the blade flat, and you just basically slide it like this, flat on your sharpened surface, away from the edge. So you sharpen the entire flat surface. Eventually your faller gets less deep, right? But you never run out of the edge to cut. So in essence, you end up with the razor type edge with the strength of a knife.